All right, what's good, everybody? So, like I said, there will be stuff on this channel. Some of them more serious than others, and then some just with things that I enjoy. Um, and so I'm talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville today. The most recent episode, season 5, episode 3. Even though we didn't have a reunion for season 4, I thought it was a mid-season like finale before when they took a break. But anyway. So they start up at the couples retreat, and they're talking about what they took away. Kimmy and Maurice, um, Tisha and Marceau, and the Whitlows had booked. By that time to go on to where they're going, and it was good in the sense that you got to see them kind of talk about their issues or whatever. I'm a firm believer in somebody who goes to therapy, and I imagine it can't be any different with couples, for any human being only works if you truly want to get better. Um, and I'm not just saying that for the Whitlows who ran, because that's part of just their whatever, their MO. But I think I was bothered by what seemed clear to me, a dismissal of Kimmy's feelings by Maurice. We know what Marceau is, we know what Tisha is. And as far as I'm concerned, if it works for them, it works. I think it's okay if both people are okay with it. Um, but there are times when Kimmy just doesn't look happy. And I could tell a lot of things about Kimmy remind me of myself. And what I mean by that is, I think Kimmy is one of those people who has really worked on herself. I can just tell. And she's reasonable and patient. She's very direct. She seems to have learned those lessons about, well, she seems to have learned those lessons about, passing gossip on, like avoiding it, being clear about this is what I said. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Instead of lying and trying to go around it because it doesn't get you anywhere. And also being direct, but also having compassion for a lot of other people. And that comes through a lot of bad experiences where you learn how to have compassion for other people. And I think it seeped over into Maurice. And that may be one of the reasons why he loves her. But I also think the problem with that is he takes advantage of that. Um, I'm sorry to hear him say, there we ought to quantify the number of times we have sex per day. That's not good. I'm actually kind of bothered by that. Very bothered by that. And even though she said, "Well, I think he understands my body is mine." Yeah, I think he understands physically. Yes, that your body is not his. Um, but the fact that he doesn't connect all that she has to do around the house, on top of working as a nurse, and then expecting her to have this energy towards you. Not only that, emotionally, women can become drained, especially when they feel like a man is not pulling his weight. So it becomes like, I'm not even attracted to you right now. But anyway, it got through the retreat. I think it's cute for what it is. I don't think it's a reflection of Dr. Francis when people go back the same way that they came. Because I actually think he's a good therapist. I'm just saying, I think a lot of people do this for TV. I think a lot of people really expect kind of confirmation of what they're already doing, which they don't realize defeats the purpose of therapy, hon. But nevertheless, the Whitlow's book, I don't even understand why. I don't understand them at all. I find them boring, and I also find them very committed to this fake image that I'm just not buying. I can't say, oh, nobody's buying. I don't know. I can tell you, I'm not buying it. And I just think Tiffany and Lewis are just, I don't understand what they're doing. Like, if you had to get married to, what are you covering? Like, I just don't understand the performance piece of it all. That's obnoxious. Um, I don't get them. I don't, it's just, yeah, of course therapy's not going to help because it's exposing what was kind of obvious to us, but to have a licensed, doctor and practitioner saying this confirms things. Oops. washing machine. Um. Anyway, so they finally come back. The women talk about it. Oh, we got a chance to get to know the Whitlows better. Tisha, da, da, da. I'm like, did y'all? Somebody apologizing for what they clearly did on purpose, what they were clearly wrong for. Like, I just feel like Tiffany and Lewis think if you say something, it makes it so. Man, I apologize. I apologize for what I did that could have hurt your marriage. Okay, now don't do it again. Or, Tiffany, we're transparent. We're honest about this. We're honest about that. Just because you say it doesn't make it so. It's just like the people who still don't seem to get that corona is a worldwide pandemic still. Simply saying, oh, we're mask optional or you can go maskless does not make COVID disappear. Saying something is gone doesn't make it so. All right. Anyway, the pool scene, and Martell is there chopping it up with them. Some of this stuff is so forced. Chopping it up with the guys as they pretend like they really came away with something. Marcel feeling good because Marcel feels confirmed that he can continue his sexist ways. But I actually like Marcel. I actually think Marcel has the decency. He's consistent, and I can respect that. Whether I like it or not is a different story, but I can respect that consistency. Um, yeah, that scene. Yeah, we can. Yeah, move on. I was a little disappointed with the Kimmy, Tisha, and Destiny scene. Destiny, from the time she came on, I didn't really like her. Her character, whatever she's playing on TV, I don't like what is given. Okay, um, and I just find the way she is able to sometimes stir the pot. She came on, she was really disrespectful to Kimmy at the baby shower. Y'all remember that? And they're in this scene, their baby shower. She went, oh, why wasn't I invited to the couples retreat? And they were like, well, you're not a couple. She was like, y'all don't know that. And Kimmy is essentially like, well, you didn't tell us that. And she's always very guarded and keeps her business to herself, which to me really defeats the point of a reality show. And we can say, yes, people do this to get advertisement for their businesses, so on and so forth. And I'm sure they do. But at the end of the day, Destiny, Destiny, you're on a show called Love and Marriage, Huntsville. And no, you're not Marceau at the beginning, at the genesis of this television show. You joined later. Okay? So I think at the point in which I understand people want to keep their business to themselves, but I'm also not on reality television. I also didn't sign up for cameras to be following me everywhere. Okay. So that scene, and then I was a little disappointed in Kimmy kind of spreading what Mel had told her. I mean, Mel didn't say, "Oh, it's a secret, don't tell anybody," but still, it was just like, So anyway, Destiny takes it back to Martell. And Martell is one person I just cannot get with. I think Martell, unfortunately, is emotionally abusive. I think he is a habitual liar. And it was evident from this conversation. It's evident from his behavior. And I'm not into this after, oh, we criticize somebody, then you go, but I still think he's a good father, or I still think he's a good person. If you do that kind of thing, when you disrespect your wife, period, but then on TV, you call her out of her name, call her things like a hoe, claim all these things about her, lie on her, misrepresenting the character of the mother of your children, does not make you a good father. It doesn't. So anyway, he continues with this kind of crazy behavior. He goes to Destiny, and Destiny's telling her about Melanika and how Mel says she thinks something happened between them, and how Melanika had told Mel a couple of weeks before their wedding that, he was interested in the secretary or whatever. Okay. was kind of done when Martell goes, I don't remember that. It was what, 13, 14 years ago? I don't remember that. And she said, well, Destiny was like, well, Mel said that you and Melanika probably had something going on, maybe over the years and currently. And he was like, no, that definitely didn't happen. You a married woman. This and all of a sudden he can remember that perfectly. You remember Melanika calling Mel and telling her that you were messing around with other women. And so I didn't have eyes for any other woman. That's not even believable coming out of your mouth at this point. It's not. You're a serial cheater. And you had a good woman. If people don't like Mel's personality, fine. And people find her, bougie or annoying or this or that, that's their business. But I'm not going to sit here ever. I actually like Mel. I like her. I like what she puts out. She's a mother of four. She's accomplished a ton. Still manages to be a good mother, a good woman. I don't think her commitment to Christ, when she talks about her religion, is fake. I think she actually is really committed to that. And I think that's why she's still standing the way she is now, because she is somebody who has put her faith into practice in God, and God has kept her despite the circumstances. Because let me tell you something, anything like this, especially publicly, can break you. It can break you. So to hear Destiny, just because now she decided Mel isn't her friend, to now run back and be willing to tell Martell all this stuff. Like, girl, come on. You don't even want to tell people about your boyfriend. Like, I don't like the fact that she's so guarded when it comes to her stuff, and then she's getting information second, third hand, and then passing it on. Okay, girl. And that's the thing. That she really has a missed opportunity, because her having a whole hair store, this and the other, I still wouldn't buy nothing from her. But the chances of me being in Huntsville, Alabama, are also rare. Anyway, um, so they're talking about it, and Martell's like he's gonna dress it. They're talking about the wine that they say is good. Didn't Martell and Tisha, don't they have like a champagne or a wine or something? I just find it incredible that Martell's mother last episode could sit in Melanie's face and say, "You spoiled. Yeah, you did. I did think you was working my son." Okay, if your son worked that hard, I don't understand why he has to start over at this point. He had all this time to get a builder's license. He had a wife who had one. He had somebody who could help him. He was too busy running around with this one, that one, and, the side chick, and doing all this other stuff. So what if he had to work harder after she had a baby? Yeah, because giving birth is a big deal. A woman's body has to rest. And if that was the case, Melanie would not be living the kind of life that she's living right now. She would not be flourishing that way. She's flourishing because she works hard. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I like her, because I respect hard work. And so for her to still do what she's doing, I am. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. I respect Mel, and I just feel like for people to still be trying to make her appear a certain way and to undermine her as a woman, it's so easy. It's so easy to do that to women, especially black women, and black women do it to other black women. And I'm saying that now because we have this whole narrative about black women supporting other black women, this, that, and the other, and we should. And I'm say about 50% of us do, and that other 50% are the ones trying to pull a rug out underneath other black women after they have helped them. Because don't tell me that it wasn't Mel that helped you on this show. And I'm not saying when somebody helps you, you owe them forever, but I am saying you could do a little better. Anyway, so all we got was a build up to us waiting for Miss Wanda to be addressed by Mel and or Martell, what we had saw advertised before. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. I mean, I appreciate a show because I understand it's a show. But I think I like kind of the authenticity, however authentic a reality show can be. But I enjoy this. So it's something I'm gonna review, and other stuff that comes up in the news that interests me, I'll continue to talk about it. And hopefully you guys will support. All right. Be well.